you mentioned a bit about your YouTube, but how has it grown in terms of following and whatnot? Because I haven't watched a video in a long time on YouTube. I can't concentrate to watch anything. But how's your fan base grown and whatnot?
I mean, it's really incredible. A part of me sometimes wish I was just popping up on the scene. I wish I
Oh.
was just like at college now, because at the time people never understood YouTube. Like it was actually somebody. How I got to YouTube was there was a young man. I think he was probably about 15 years old, where he was very foreign, like him parents, abroad, and so he knew what was happening over there with YouTube. And he was, when I was just putting up my little videos, probably on my Facebook page, and he was saying, "Go on YouTube. YouTube is going to be a thing. Go on YouTube." I mean, I
Oh.
said, nobody don't know YouTube. People never understand subscriber. At the time, you don't know what a Google account and these things. Like it wasn't something. And so I started it, and it was such a chore to try to get subscribers, because people just didn't have any Google account. And so at the time, to even have 1,000 subscribers was a big deal. Is where it was like having 50,000 subscribers. No, it's like somebody at 6 years old already have YouTube. They're familiar with the like, comment, share, subscribe. They're familiar with the language and everything. So it's a lot easier now to kind of get people into the YouTube space. So it has grown. I didn't even realize when I had hit 100,000 subscribers. I didn't even know that I could have gotten like a play button. That's an award, a little plaque that they give you once you hit
Oh, yeah.
100,000 subscribers. Because I was really just on YouTube being there.
Having
Like I didn't
fun.
even know monetization is after a while. So I say, you can get paid. When I started YouTube in Jamaica, YouTube didn't allow for monetization outside of the US. So that wasn't even an incentive when I started. So I know it definitely affected like how much I committed to
Oh,
YouTube.
the money
Not
in
getting
there
that
now, pie
incentive.
and their skin, you want to do it
So
now.
had I started out and knowing all of that now, I feel like I would have really, gone out and really
And
pushed. So
tap
now
into it.
I'm at 250,000 subscribers, but a part of me just like, like really and truly, I feel like I should have been at 500 had I really just kind of pushed and kind of had that incentive and known what it is. But like I'm still proud of the achievement, because it's a lot, and it's a lot of work to kind of make. It's a lot of work to put the type of content that I do
Yeah, and
and
stay
kind of make.
relevant.
And to keep pushing them out. And to keep pushing them out.
Yes. And it's 10 years in the game, and to still have my name or to still kind of have it in the midst of things. I'm not worried about technically like being the hottest thing right now. My thing is just like more in the race for as long as possible. You get me?
Stay
So
relevant.
if I can manage to still have a lane and still a run for 50 years, I prefer that than somebody who just do a little 100-meter sprint and then
broke one afterwards.
I just want to know so I'm into this for a long time.
No, because the race is not for the swift,
Yes.
For
Yeah,
those who
yeah.
can endure.
Who can definitely endure. But as a creative though, because it's definitely not an easy task to actually stay pushing out content and pushing out relevant content. So like, how do you keep that focus actually like constantly push out good content and to keep your viewers entertained and
engaged? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, because no, it's so great, it's so crazy. Like as you get older, you start to understand everything. When you have an artist and your favorite artist, and you used to a certain music with them with a sing, and then you're like, why them not put out the song them with them not really put out? And then you realize, say, people grow. You get me? People grow, them interest change. There's some content we used to put on easy, like when I was 20. No, it feels like such a stretch. Because them time they me under my mother roof, and that certain little thing, and it's like your understanding of the world was very trapped in a certain space where certain things would kind of come to you, like everything when I talk about complaining about my mother and what it look like when she tell you for watching things and when I sing. No, these things are not necessarily my inspiration anymore. Nowadays actually I wonder how we can try to find out like the whole adulting in terms of probably pension and home ownership, how to make these things interesting and funny. Like who knew
thinking
like
outside the box.
Like oh these things cost so much money. Who knew all of them pot and panier when you have like who knew all of these things such a chore? You get me? And so it's like to still keep yourself relevant and to try to find content that appeals to you as you understand that you're growing. It is very difficult. But if you love what you do, you'll find a way. So I know over time now, I realize that what I do is entertainment, but I also want to educate. So one
True.
time I used to just put out like any exciting and careless content, like ooh, you know, like anything, but I just kind of put it out for like that. You know, nowadays now I realize that sure I want the balance. So if me tell something, I kind of want it to be like anthropology. It's really how I'm journaling Jamaican life. You get me? And so, you know, when we're in 2050, you can look back at a DuttyBerry video and you can remember, say, boy, this is when Crystal and Beanie Man did break up. This is when Jamaica did a fight over the COVID vaccine. And you can look at these
So
things
when they
like
thief the vial vaccine.
yes, and it's a snapshot. It's a snapshot of Jamaica at a particular time, and it's
Timeline,
also
exactly.
yes. And so when I look at it like that, I must say I'm really documenting Jamaican culture like that.
Yeah, you're
And so
trying
when
to
I
be
think
more
about it,
meaning,
it's like
making meaningful
but
stuff.
make it meaningful. And I'm just like, yeah, this is the part that I'm also playing. And also to kind of show people that, you know, there are other avenues for you to be successful outside of, you
The
know, the doctor,
traditional
lawyer,
stuff,
teacher, the
yeah.
traditional, because, you know, we focus on people monetizing just like, oh, you monetize, you know, yourself by
And then where's the creativity?
employable to like a profession, but nobody teaches you how to monetize like, hey, your personality, like your
Oh,
skills and these things, like you know which people have talent, and even if it's a little side also while they have a 9 to 5, you don't realize and say, hey, you know,
you
some
can
of the
benefit
body
from it.
skate them, you know, realize it, you kind of play down your abilities because you feel as if no, you know, it's not here, but it is
Too
there.
intimidating now, like everybody has something, so you're wondering if what you have will make sense in this new
Yeah.
era.
But you tried, man. I would say, but you tried. And you can't say, boy, you know, one at a time, that maybe really want to be a singer. And you can't know, say,
But
at
at
a
least you try.
particular time of your life, you really took up yourself and got a studio and write a little one song. So when you get old, you can look back and say, maybe at least try. Maybe have a little one song. You never did bust, but at
But
least we can say,
But at
maybe
least you
do a
try.
little one music video. And we get to have a taste of that little desire we did have.
And at the end of the day, I'm saying if you don't try, you never know. So
You
like,
never know, yeah.
that's
And if
definitely
you never
important.
put out a video there, the particular day during the time, there's sometimes I say, I don't know how, I might have just missed that moment that I forgot to try to fight to get it another time.
Exactly.
what words of encouragement do you have for Jamaicans or people in general that want to go into YouTube, that want to pursue something but feel a bit discouraged? What are those gems that you can drop on those? What are those gems that you can share? One or two if you want.
Um,
Can't get 10 enough. Joke.
I
Yeah.
think, you know, one of the things that is like, it sounds cliche, but it's like believe in yourself.
Mm.
And spend time to investigate yourself, like really search yourself. Some people just get up and be like, oh, I want something. But look by yourself and be like,
Yes.
do I have the qualities to really show for this desire that I have? You
True.
know, when I realize, say, yo, I love sleep, I sometimes lazy, but it's hard for me to focus on one thing. When I realized I was giving up sleep to go edit, I teach myself how to go edit. I mean, like the technical stuff there, I find myself
Oh.
actually getting up and I learn, may I go out and may I give up sleep just so I can finish edit. And I say, this is not me. I'm hungry, may I wait until I finish. But I say, no man, this clearly I love this in a one different way.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that now, I was just like, all right, then this kind of shows say this is like a passion now. And I looked at it now and then I'm like, but am I actually good? You get me? Am I actually interested enough? And then I looked and I say, yo, all of these years, being a quote unquote nerd and somebody on the backbench, I was observing a lot. When I really talk, but I observe so much. So if me go in a one restaurant or I'm going in one building, so I look on the person who I cook, may I look on this, may I look on the person they hear, may I look on how they interact, may I watch things on TV now, I can pull from something from Princess Diaries, I can pull from something from Power Rangers, and then the cutaways there. So I have all of these references because I've been watching everything from pop culture. So when I'm talking about something, I'm able to then use all of these tools. I'm gonna say, wait, that is a particular skill, and it's something you're very unique. You have a particular eye that some of these other people in the space don't have.
Don't have.
So that with this thing, I'm gonna say, all right, then I have the uniqueness there. So spend the time to actually like look at your own abilities before you decide to jump into something and really to see what you can bring to the table or if you're actually good. Then when you realize that no, is to really try to believe in yourself. It is very hard. Because it's easy for you to be look. Because I was looking at people like the best thing at the game. I mean, I say, boy, you know, you have Usain Bolt who him young and him launch out and them make all this money and the world we know him like, boy, we can't be as great as them people there. I'm looking at that and diminishing my own value. And so
True.
once you
Comparison.
overcome that hurdle now, once you overcome that hurdle now and really just tell yourself, say, hey, I'm actually good. I am talented. I will have a market. I mean, I have one big market where maybe I have the same fan base as like a Bob Marley, but you can have a
True.
niche crowd. Because if
Exactly.
I am going to get up
Find
and
your
talk
niche.
about, if me ever get up and have a channel talking about plants and about the cool plants, me have to understand something I will get the same crowd as not Dexter Daps.
True.
With people
Exactly.
that jump on feet and Lord have mercy,
That's
oh my
true.
God. You have to understand so you have a niche crowd. So when me
Exactly.
have my 5,000 people them who can talk about chlorophyll and all of them something there, me have to know
And
so
they're
me about my
loyalists.
own
That's true.
talent.
And them loyal
Yeah.
to you. Look at the
And
little
them
boy that
loyal and
review
yes,
toys. The little boy that reviewed toys. One of the
yes,
richest YouTubers.
yes. And look, and when you get a niche crowd here, you know, literally, like you'll get the brands and find out say you have the Ministry of Environment and then people here come on to you know, and you
Mm,
can own that space. So once you do that and
true.
put in the work in, you will realize that you'll get your rewards. So that's it. And then the final thing is really to just be yourself. It take a little while because sometimes you have to fake it until you make it.
As a
When you
kind of
start
growing
to
thing sometime, man.
one bag of me also chat one bag of English because you know I feel like I did find TVJ news because
Ah.
you're supposed to read like this. So I was like, hi guys, welcome back to the DuttyBerry show.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you look over here, we have partly cloudish guys. You know, I was talking like that, and then they're like, no one of me this, we need
Be
to,
yourself. Free
you
up.
know, inch
Put
a
out
little.
some press of your personality.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that's me. And so it take you a little while, but once you start being yourself, you realize say your audience will always reflect who you are. If you at some point are putting out content and you realize say your audience no capture your essence, you get me? So if you see yourself and you're one nicely decent, ambitious person, and your audience will gravitate to you, the whole of them just work and ambition, you realize say, so me
Something
have the
wrong.
wrong message. The
There's
wrong
something
message
wrong.
in go on here, so, 'cause if me promote read and write, and me promote like, working hard and them something all of your audience, them not depend that. Yeah, say no man, maybe
True.
the content when I put out, it now get to where it needs to get to.
Mm,
You need for evaluate that. So yeah, that's it.
Mhm. Okay.
that are those are very important gems that you just drop, because a lot of persons, as you say, you knew you never wanted to be a doctor, but some of us, we want to push ourselves to do things that we know that we're not really capable of doing, or that's not what you should be doing. Hence why a lot of
Mhm.
persons are very miserable and uncomfortable in the jobs that they choose in their
Yeah, yeah.
lives. So I really appreciated that.
Hmm.
Come on. Definitely do appreciate you actually taking the time out to come and share with us. Like this program is basically geared towards motivating and inspiring others
Hmm.
who might who might have gone through a similar situation. So like hearing you share your story and so where
Yeah.
you're coming from to where you are now, I'm sure that it would definitely help some of the
Hmm.
viewers to actually try and propel their careers to where they need to be. So we definitely do appreciate it.
And also they get to see out of the element of DuttyBerry.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
more
yeah.
rushing.
Outside of the chipmunk voice.
Yeah, man. Now them here you have like a bass in the voice.
Yeah,
Oh
Let
yeah.
yeah,
them
yeah.
know they
Interesting,
can see
interesting.
that. They can see another side of it, because a lot of persons, they get caught up in the character
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
see every day and not the actual character of the person.
Yeah.
So we want to tell you thank you for coming out and sharing with us, and your story was really good to listen to, and I'm sure it will inspire others. This is a young program, and we're trying to also build our fan base and trying to reach to the persons that we think can share messages to Jamaicans, especially persons who are successful or on their way to
Mhm.
success. You
Yeah.
know, especially in times such as this in the pandemic, a lot of persons, they have nothing to look forward to, or nothing that they aspire to have, but to have persons coming in and sharing their stories, and
And show them that it's
oh
possible.
yeah, and that there are
Mhm.
endless possibilities in many things. Doesn't have to be in traditional careers or traditional paths, but once you have a talent, once you have something that you're good at, I see people designing their hair and making different shapes. I see people doing these things with makeup. I see people doing things just different things, going house hopping in Jamaica, doing a lot of things,
Yeah.
trying to, make their ends meet and trying to become successful. So thank you
Mhm.
so much. This is why we keep pushing. We're very young in the business, but eventually we might reach on your level and other people's level. We want to say thank you. If you want to share
Definitely
your
appreciate it.
arts with, I know that you're very famous and popular, but you can share your
No, no,
YouTube.
ever campaign like a politician.
Yeah, man. Can you share your social media ads with the public? Thank you.
Yes, so it is at DuttyBerry Show at DuttyBerry Show on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube it is youtube.com/the DuttyBerry Show. Where else am I on? I'm all over. Everywhere it is DuttyBerry Show. Twitter as well.
It's got to be.
Please do follow me, subscribe, all of that. And yeah, I have
Definitely.
something called a social media countdown where I basically talk about the trending topics. And so
Oh,
that's my main video, yeah, where
oh
I
yeah,
talk about
I
the
know
top
about
10
that
things.
one,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
But
big
now
up
my
your
video, I have to put out something with Queenie and her wedding.
Oh God.
Queenie wedding. If you don't smile, if you don't show on the 32
Yes,
them,
so that's
you
the
don't
video.
know if you be happy because me enjoy it.
But do a
Me
review
living
of it. So I think we're
living
going to
vicariously through Queenie and our wedding.
yeah, we
Thank
should
you.
all strive to be happy like Queenie.
Yeah.
Like Queenie and Junior.
Queenie is such a fun character. I like her. So
Yeah, man.
thank you, Rushane
Thank
Berry,
you very, very
aka
much.
DuttyBerry. Bless up yourself and later.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
man.
Get
All right,
done.
thanks. Bless.
All right. Bless.